Well, college football is definitely changing. It changes every day. But so does everything. We used to have shopping malls. Now there's something else. Things change all the time. We thrive on it. But college football has definitely changed. Indiana won a national title, doing something that everybody said couldn't be done. You can't win a national title with just 3 stars. You've got to have 5-star talent. You've got to stack rosters to win national titles. And Indiana won it, and they didn't really have a much of a challenge. They won fairly handily. The championship game was definitely winnable for either team, but Indiana actually won it and seemed to be in charge of the game the whole time. So the Kurt Cincinnati and Indiana broke the mold. Is somebody going to figure out what they did and copy it? Who knows? I got a feeling that in the SEC, there are about 4 to 5 teams that you may not have thought of as being a potential national champion or even an SEC champion that might very well be the front runner.
Especially in the SEC.
5 teams that you probably haven't thought of as being the favorite to win the SEC. Let's start and take a look at the SEC for that matter. The bottom feeders, Kentucky, Mississippi State. All right, standing to the SEC. We're trying to figure out what it's going to be like next year. At the end of the upcoming season, who's going to win the SEC? Now, most people would put Georgia at the top of that list. They've won it the last 2 years, and the 3 years before that, they were the best team in the conference, and they won 2 national titles. Georgia's team has run out. This year, Kirby Smart's not going to have the best roster in all of his games, maybe only half his games. And so Alabama still can't figure it out. They keep getting decent talent, but they don't seem to have a clue as to how to actually conduct a football team. Ole Miss, they got a lot of talent. They could be good. I'm just rolling down the way it finished last year. Texas A&M, they got the Texas money. I guess they'll have to be good. You'll have to at least consider that. Texas A&M definitely will always be in the mix because they have money and it means they'll have talent. Oklahoma's right there with them. And then last year, Vanderbilt finished 7th in the SEC, followed by Missouri, Tennessee, LSU, Kentucky, Florida, Auburn, Mississippi State, South Carolina, and Arkansas. Of all that bunch, is there anybody in the bottom 8 that could climb out? Yes, there is. The best candidate to climb out of the bottom would be Florida. They finished 12th in the SEC, 2-6 in the SEC. They'll definitely improve that. Florida and Auburn could jump out of that bottom rung and get into the top 5 rung, and Vanderbilt could maintain. But there's got to be somebody that's going to be the favorite. And it's going to be a team you're probably not thinking about. And there's one team that's sitting pretty much right in the middle that has a chance to jump to the top. They've already done several things that you would probably say would be instrumental in becoming a good team. They've done multiple things at this school that you probably didn't think were important, and it wouldn't sound important if I just told you what I'm talking about right now. But Tennessee has done a lot of good things in this off season. They did not get a quarterback that they wanted out of the portal. They lost the one they had. No paper. They ain't got a chance. 2 freshman quarterbacks. But they have been doing a lot of things. One of the things I like about Tennessee is the fact that they went over to the champion, Indiana, and they stole the strength and conditioning program. Indiana's got to rebuild that whole part of their team. This strength and conditioning coach warranted a 7-figure salary, I understand. Brought his own team with him. So Tennessee is serious about getting strong, serious about being physical, being the better team on the field physically. And you know what? In a game of football, that could be helpful. It really could. It's the reason Josh Heupel's team don't win. They get out conditioned. That's why they lost to Georgia. They've been losing games in the fourth quarter. They need to be tougher to the finish. And they got the best that you could find to fix that. I call that a good move. We'll talk about Tennessee, and Florida made some giant jumps. They got rid of Billy Napier. That alone, just the fact they are Florida and they don't have Billy Napier, they should always be looked at in the top 6 of the SEC. That's where they belong, but they're not. It's not where they are. Not where they've been. Florida finished 4-8 last year. 2-6 in the SEC. Auburn was 1-7 in the SEC, but they almost beat us. Auburn was the best team in the SEC to lose that many games. They should never have been that bad of a team. So Auburn and Florida aren't that far behind in talent from the top. All they need is some direction, and of course they need to get as good a talent as they can get. So Summerall at Florida could be the key. Auburn could be good, and Tennessee could be very dangerous, but we'll find out.